You give off the impression that you know way more than you let on. People are no longer questioning, do you know, but how much you know. And you've probably seen a lot of these readings, but if you're resonating with this one, it's because you've got a handle on something that you shouldn't have a handle on, that you weren't supposed to have a handle on. And part of it is like, it's giving me like a career, finance, self efficacy thing. Like, you've had some people that wanted you to be on strings of their own making, but you cut the strings, or you just cannot be attached to in certain ways, like especially like trauma bonded or something. Like, you know, when like a sick person tries to create a relationship with somebody through just being a horrible person, I feel like that doesn't work with you. You are detached. Even I feel like part of your work has been becoming more attached, right? But like, you have a very good way of detaching from something specifically emotionally, and not out of dissociation. This is, and it's visibly, it can be felt that it comes from boundaries and prior experience of dealing with difficult people, that your discernment is so high that people just get paranoid if they're being weird around you. They get paranoid because of it. It's like being weird to you backfires without you saying anything, because of your refusal to accept the narrative that, and this is an invisible interaction that happens between people. And I'm getting like energy fields intersecting, and then one energy field wants to become the dominant one, but your energy is not going to be taken over because you know better, right? It's not because you're some undefeatable, invincible creature. Well, you might be. I don't know. Hey, you might be. But what it really is a strength of character and boundaries, and a knowledge of worth, where you're not allowing deceptive things to get over on you, because you don't have to say anything about it if you don't want to, but you sure as hell notice everything, and you snip it in the bud. There's a very like, there's an efficiency about you. Strength is giving me valor, it's giving me the sun, it's giving me how you are ultimately here to find prosperity, happiness, self-actualization, and self-control. That your light exposes a lot of plots and plans, and it's because people act out around you. People can't keep it together around you. And what I mean by that is, like, they'll have Freudian slips around you, and this is by design. Look, the high priestess, this is by design. You're not doing this to anybody. Like, even if people are walking around saying like, oh, that one, you stay away from that one, they're dark, it's giving me that what is seen as dark about you is a reflection of their own energy, because you don't accept it. And I feel like this lack of trespassing triggers the hell out of people. Because if there's one thing a lot of people pride themselves on, it's that they can force a lot of people to deal with them, right? They can't make people love them, they can't make people like them even, but they can make you deal with them. You don't deal with them. You don't. If they bring drama to your doorstep, it's just okay. It's like you kill it so fast, you don't fuel the fire. You get your feedings from elsewhere. You don't rely on chaos, right? But if chaos is brought to you, you remain that stable pillar within it, leading people to believe that because they can't affect you, it's because you must be it. But no, you're stronger than chaos. That's just how it is. Uh, Look, as I say, justice. You're giving order. You're giving. This is a brick house, and you're not going to be able to huff, puff, and blow it down, bitch. Let's get into this. first card we got up here is the Hierophant. This is the representation of how much you know about what goes on in your environment, your daily life, your spiritual world, the emotional world. You're tapped the hell in on multiple different planes. I feel like that you are showing through actions and the little things that you say, because there's something that's shifted about you as well. We're going to get into it. It has to do with your unwillingness to engage in the same type of arguments that you used to in the past. The Hierophant is talking about getting a clue. It's talking about knowing that if you're facing certain types of energies in this world, it's actually more of a positive sign than it is a negative one. And that also plays into like, what the fuck do you know? What the hell do you know? And what you know is that you have more agency in your own life if you will it. I feel like outside things get the best of people a lot, but while you can still be affected by things, your reactions and the way you handle things are on a whole different level. And that's why this energy of like, what do you know and how do you know sits around you. You see how his head's glowing? You're tapped in, right? Let's see, and here we are back to the point I was making at first. We have the Five of Swords. There's something fundamentally different in the way you communicate now. There is a major growth that is astronomical and not unnoticeable. This is not something that would only be noticed by people who were very close to you. This is a whole transcendence of the previous way you even thought, right? This is a transformation of your mind that most people like to daydream about, but you actually have gone and done the work to change it and to mold it. This isn't changing. This is actually molding. This is you wanting to be something and making yourself into it with the support of the divine. And that is what has essentially been, you know, like a major plot twist. You are a major plot twist. Your life has been a major plot twist, because we're going back to what do you know? There has been things that were meant to kind of like put you in your place. I don't know if your energy is loud, you don't dim your light. I feel like you're a very authentic, unique person, especially in the way that you think and the way that you go about life. A lot of societies, like things they put on people, it just does not fit with you. And I feel like while this has led to some struggles for sure, right? But but it's like you're a whole new beast, because those same struggles, especially the ones that really get people, the solitude one breaks people. That one, that test, you actually you actually ended up enjoying your own company more than other people, which enraged whatever principalities, spirits, or people wanted to see you bitter and alone. It's like it's everything that you do or has been done against you because of the way that you are, you find a way to do something with it. The Five of Swords is like, while you may be in an argument, you may be in a fight, like the people who are bringing you the smoke are leaving in defeat. And while yes, you had to go through a battle, you still won, you know? And these are battles against life, against yourself, and against other people. Like you're a triple threat. You're just unconquerable. And now we get to this Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is kind of showing the inner and the outer catching up. It's not all the way there, right? But people are slowly but surely seeing what you really have to offer. And instead of ruminating about what does this person know, like people are going to start asking you, not necessarily do you know I'm trying to fuck you over, not like that, but it's more like people have just been thoroughly impressed even by the level of your perception, you know. And some of them, the most toxic of them all, need for their ego to know that it's a fluke, to know that it's just timing, but not because you're actually having some sort of insight into their ways of them, who they are, but you are. And you know, some people are going to praise you for this, and some people are going to hate you for this because you rip off a mask. You rip off a mask. All right. They thought they could clip your wings. The reason I say that is because when I was getting back from my morning walk, I saw this bird. It was a big bird. It was literally right in front of my gate and it looked like it was hurt, but as soon as it saw me, it like flew off. But it obviously ran into the fence or something because there's feathers everywhere. And so I found this freaking feather. And it's giving me like the illusion was they thought you weren't able to fly. People thought you weren't able to fly, right? Whatever they felt like they were keeping from you behind the scenes, whatever that stuff was, it was basically like, oh, this will get them, this will get them, and it's giving that whatever they thought was an illusion. You may have been doing something completely different. You were in flight that very moment that they thought they did what they did, right? But lo and behold, like you took flight. The way the cards came out is actually truly fascinating for this part of the reading. We got Judgment crossed with the Chariot. Um, when a cross happens, like that's giving me very much like big life intersection. When two major arcanas cross each other like that, it's like they play heavily into each other. So Judgment and the Chariot is like saying like the result, the truth, the actual outcome from all that has been done against you is your forward movement. What they thought was going to strip the tread from your tires actually reinforced them. It's like you gave, or Spirit gave you snow tires, better tires. Every tire that was popped was replaced by that pit crew immediately. Linking up with some other readings. This is kind of coming into that a bit. But yeah, it's giving that like the judgment is that what has been done against you was the other half of what you needed to move forward. Mercy, severity, it all plays into a central theme, right? And that central theme for you is growth, transcendence, the conquering of bullies, essentially. What and like here is really where it gets good. I mean, it's kind of like we've already talked about it, but I just like when the cards do it, you know? Like, look, Temperance crossed with the Nine of Swords, and yes, they actually felt like that. That's why I felt the need to show them like that, because yes, they felt like that. And Temperance and the Nine of Swords, what was thought was not actual reality. You may have been in a spot where you needed to figure something out, but that spot was never immobilizing you, especially not your thought process and your actions that come from it, right? Like you're multifaceted, but you're also so much more powerful than these people give you credit for, because they thought what would hold you up was actually like you were multitasking. It just wasn't what it looked like. Essentially, that's really what it was. You made it look like it wasn't what it was, right? It's like they genuinely thought they got over on you, and then you flew off like randomly. It spooked them. It spooked them. All right. If y'all are enjoying this reading, don't be afraid to hit that like, subscribe, share, turn on the bell notification. It really helps. And remember, there's a lot of people impersonating me on these other platforms. I only have one account at Black Moon Transit, and if you would like a personal reading, the link will be in the description below. And always, I love doing these readings for y'all, but that's what I got for y'all today, so I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.